Did you hear?
Did you hear?
Did you hear that? Hear what?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Doesn't make sense.
What doesn't?
Doesn't make sense.
What doesn't?
Doesn't make sense.
What?
What doesn't make sense?
What is this guy?
Clubhouse with the guys.
Clubhouse! Goddamn Clubhouse.
What's wrong?
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it?
Some people don't like it.
You know, some people don't like that.
Some people got it, some people don't.
Who told you that?
About that. Who told you about that?
Who told you that?
Who told you that?
Who told you that?
By a pompous radio ham.
Late last night, while surfing ham radio frequencies...
I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. Heard what?
About it. Heard about it.
That's for a full-on colonoscopy?
Colonoscopies.
No, not that.
No, not that. Not that.
Oh, get to it.
Get to the point. Get to the point.
To the point.
You say.
They say.
They must say their say.
Just a show about nothing.
Show about nothing. We got a show about nothing.
The show is about nothing.
Boy, talk about a show about nothing.
How? I mean,
How? When? How?
What? How?
Oh, Commander. How?
how did...
How is it possible?
How's that even possible?
How is it even possible?
It just is.
It just is.
I still don't know what the idea is.
It's about nothing.
But at the same time...
But at the same time,
At the same time, okay, but...
it's about everything. About everything. Everything that mattered. About everything.
That's that,
Yes! That!
That's genius.
That's genius.
Of course! It's genius! Pure genius!
I still don't get it.
Still don't get it.
Welcome to the show about nothing, also known as a Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Well, we talk about
Daniel,
everything.
Cheers, Daniel, buddy. That was awesome.
Welcome to Ham Radio Clubhouse, guys. There is so much to talk about. What an exciting week some of us have had. Some of us are being Eeyores. But no, what a great week. We're going to do a quick around the table.
That never happened.
And then we're going to bring some guests in who we've shared this last weekend with. And before we get into it, Izzo, buddy, what's going on with you, man?
Played some great POTA and while I was chasing you guys on social media, watching all the social media, watching the YouTube, everyone's the taped events, the live events, learning about Aussie treats. Played some, like I said, worked some great radio over the weekend, as well as watching all my friends in Xenia. So that's what I got going on.
We missed you, man. We knew that like the whole week we were talking in Discord, and we knew you wanted to be there, and wish you were there. But maybe next year.
It just might. Next year's going to be a whole different world. We've discussed that, but let's not talk about what I'm going to do. Let's keep it moving.
Joe Brett,
what's
next? Going on, man?
My name is Joe Brett. Did not go to Hamvention, but I've watched all you great folks that did, and put up videos for us viewers back home to watch and dwell on. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't put up any videos. What is
Lawnmower has said that his hotel was full of Izzo lookalikes. So,
is that good or bad? I don't know if that's good.
Let's look at the show. Okay, right? Steve, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Getting ready to go to DC this weekend. I'll be up
your
there.
Motorcycle ride,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Rolling to Remember. I'll be up there early-ish Friday. Look for me on the air in either Virginia or Maryland Park, because I need to add those two states. And I'm probably going to go live from the Pentagon parking lot on Sunday. If I can swing it, I think I figured out how to
Phone's
live
on
stream
silent, please.
from my action cam. So I may actually live stream the ride.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So we'll see what we can do.
Someone got
Put 'em on
scolded by Joe
vibrate.
Brett. Exactly.
But if you don't mind, we have some classy guests coming on. Just go ahead and mute your
Yeah,
phone.
but if someone texts me,
That was yours, not
but
mine.
if someone texts me, and you start seeing me doing this, you know I'm getting a text because I'm vibrating like the phone.
How do you turn it off? So
Nope.
it was fantastic. I had a lot of fun. I'll get to my story or my epic journey to get there, but I'm reliving. If you can see the background here, I'm reliving my my carnival food just comas from Hamvention, but it was fantastic. I'm gonna save my story. So Daniel, we're 7:55 into this. So if we make this under 10 minutes, would be a record.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and bring our guests in, and then we can start talking everything about Hamvention. All right. So we got many more probably to follow if they choose. Ape,
sure.
Mike, Kate, MRD, anybody who was there, hit me up in the Discord. We'd love to have you on, or some of you guys already have the link available to you. But we got Kyle, Alpha Zero Zulu.
Please
we got
copy.
Tank Radio. And we got Digital Rancher. And guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Robert, that's right. And thank you for joining us tonight to discuss all things Hamvention.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
so.
Mike says he ain't got no link.
It's in
Mike, look at the back chat.
Yeah.
Send it to him.
You gotta text it to him, man. Come on. If you want Mike to do anything, send him a message in text.
Swipe
and
up.
then the day on the day of, hit him again at noon.
Remind him.
Yeah. Swipe up on your phone. Click on Discord.
Wait, it's an iPhone, so start again.
There you go. So who's
Wipe down.
who's your other than myself? Who else has never been to Dayton before? It was just me.
And did not go.
There we go. Right, Rob. We'll start with you. What did you think of Hamvention? Was it all it was cooked up to be, or and we're just gonna go with Hamvention now. We'll talk about the interactions with the rest of us in a minute.
Yeah, it definitely was. The vendors come out in force. There's lots of activities that are going on, in the days leading up, which is kind of unique. And it exceeded my expectations, no doubt, no doubt.
Nice. I will say, as another first time viewer, long time listener, I will. that was ham radio overload, and I'm not talking about the folks that were there. I've never seen. They filled 4 buildings with 5 buildings with. That means I missed 2 complete buildings then. So. And and Molson and I, we went and had breakfast because the first day that I got there, I was too tired to go walk around. So I hung out at the trailer and finally got to meet all you guys. But the second day I got up and walked around, I was like, all right, somebody come to play ball. Because if you can think about it, there's a booth about it.
Yeah. Well, to me, guys, it was fantastic. Honestly, I said I had no expectations going there, and it was just amazing. Number one, obviously, we're going to talk more about this stuff, but meeting so many viewers, meeting fellow creators, and then just having the opportunity to see new things, existing things in ham radio, it was really cool. And it's an opportunity that anybody who's able to should take up and do. Hayden.
It's
not your first time. Not down under.
No, I'm still here.
He's on the correct time zone.
Sugar baby.
I can only stick around for 5 or so minutes. I'm about to go and get some dinner. So
some Chick-fil-A?
Yeah,
no, for lunch.
He's going out back.
That's one great American delicacy that I'm going to miss.
We took Hayden to Chick-fil-A and his eyes lit up like, oh my God, I'm moving here.
There's a TikTok video of that.
Oh goodness.
I just while I've got a few minutes because I've got to head out, but
yeah,
I just
go ahead,
and if you're still on later on, I might join on. But I just want to say it was a pleasure to meet all of you, except for you, Joe, Brett, and Steve. I would have loved to meet you guys in person, but and Izzo, sorry as well. But it was absolutely amazing, and funny enough, Molson is actually much more pleasurable in person than he is on stream. So. Isn't that weird?
Wow! I couldn't get him to do a rant.
It must have been the ankle bracelet and the parole officer who told him.
Well, there's 2 things. He's on our side of the fence, and people can actually get to him.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to be nice.
Hey, I'm happy to see that my buying your airplane ticket back to Australia paid off. Okay.
Hang on, you did that?
No,
you all heard it. You all heard it. I'm going to check the receipt.
You're here first.
Reimbursement receipts that way.
Class? Is that what I heard?
I'm too cheap for that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Hence why he drove instead of flew down to Hamvention. What 12-hour drive? That's dedication right there.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a pleasure to meet you, Hayden, as well. I'm glad the video, if you haven't seen the video yet that Hayden put out of their big reveal at the Airbnb, that was kind of awesome. I don't think anybody was expecting to see you pop up. That was really cool. And Kyle,
Kyle,
good job setting that up.
A few people were expecting, weren't they, Shane?
I was anticipating, not inspecting. I was anticipating.
All right. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Sorry.
Talk
to you later.
See you, buddy.
Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Thanks for all the food you brought.
I saw Mike show up, and I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, Tam.
Hang on. Don't go yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Hayden. I want to tell everybody needs to know that we have exchanged. Well, I gave you my QSL card, and I'm expecting one in the mail because we made a QSO over APRS.
We did.
Oh.
You guys exchanged a lot of pleasantries over APRS.
We did.
It was some great messaging. I think it was something about APRS sucks. I think I received.
Yeah.
I was going to say, did anybody look at the
father of
APRS?
APRS, Uncle Bob, is probably rolling around right now saying, "This is not what I intended this to be."
I knew something was going on whenever we were in the flea market, and Hayden, I'd get a chuckle out of Hayden about every 30 seconds, and then I'd hear a beep beep on his HT, and he's just like, "That's the 30th message I've sent to KMRD."
And everyone's like, did you get my message? I'm like, no, I don't have that stupid thing on.
I believe the words that I used were "wash your mouth out, son," and then yeah.
Yep.
So it was good. It's 5'9" though.
Awesome.
What? Say that again.
No, it was
I said it was good. It was a genuine 5'9".
Oh yeah, absolutely. From
You're-
a few hundred yards away.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And for
That
those
was a
asking,
classic.
no, I don't have QSL cards. I have a business card with QSL info on the back. And no, I do not exchange QSL cards.
Especially for APRS.
Unless it's from Hayden.
All right. All right, I'm off to get some Chick-fil-A. Sorry, something straight.
Have a good one.
Have a
good one, Hayden.
Mike, was this your first time at Hamvention or second, or what'd you think?
This was my third.
Oh, wow. So a veteran.
Yes.
So what did you think of this year versus years past? Because I don't have anything to base my judgment off of. This is my first year up there.
I mean, it's great as usual. I first went in 2019, and then we had the pandemic, and then last year we went, and then this year we went. This year was particularly good for me because Jason and I...
What just happened?
Where'd he go?
Love
ran
it.
away.
Love
What
it.
the heck? What happened?
That was a great story.
That's the ghost.
Rookie streamers.
AP,
you know.
the ghost of APRS said, "I'm gonna get that guy
Yeah,
back."
it was like he is
pull the
cut
plug
off.
on him. Cut off.
Oh, I thought Saturday was a little light.
No, everyone else was saying Saturday was busier. Oh, he's back. Welcome
Oh, he's
back.
back.
hit one wrong button. That's Chrome for you.
Ejectocito.
Yeah.
So, go ahead if you were talking.
No, we were just killing time for you to reconnect.
Yeah, so this year was particularly good because we actually had time, or I actually had time. Usually I get there pretty late in the week, and this year Jason and we got there Tuesday night, so it was very calm. I got to just take my time and kind of do what I want in terms of filming, and just everything was great. Not a lot of new things. The new icon was cool. I didn't care about the Kenwood radio because the Kenwood guys seemed a little grumpy, so I had no interest in promoting their wares.
They're always grumpy. They've been grumpy since 2003.
That's not good business. So,
so true.
I mean, I really don't care about an HT, to be honest with you, but being kind of an Icom fanboy, you gotta show some love that way. But
did you take anything home with you?
so I did not buy a single thing for myself.
I did
nothing. Nary $1 was spent on not even a connector. Nothing.
I mean, I got a corn dog.
Well, so I bought food. Okay,
From that
so,
place
yeah.
there, but no, I didn't buy anything.
Next year I have to bring vodka because
Bro, why?
Really?
because they have
Why?
there
Is
was
it a dry
there was
state?
No, there was a frozen strawberry lemonade stand.
Oh yeah.
And if I got one of those and put a bunch of vodka in it, oh my god, that would be
That's,
so
the
good.
lemonade would have been good with about half full of
Yeah,
vodka
dude,
too.
vodka and lemonade is great, but vodka
That's
and
some-
frozen strawberry
That's
That's
lemonade.
some
awesome.
gin. That's some gin and juice going on right there.
Mm.
Who's
Gin is-
who's
gin is
who's the
gross.
guy passed out at the flagpole at 2 p.m.? Oh, it's Mike.
There will be a KMRD sponsored nap at 2 p.m. at the flagpole. But no, so I had a guy who is in the Discord and a patron who wanted an ATOS, and ATOSs have been back ordered for a while. I ended up finding one in the flea market, so I got that for him. I picked up a Bengali key for another friend down in Florida, Paul. Ham Radio Pen Pals, you should know him there.
Molson and I played on that desk. Those are some really sweet looking keys.
Yeah, they're nice.
And
They're
I'm not a
nice.
CW. I don't.
So Paul made the mistake of saying, "Hey, if you want, you can open it up and make a video and stuff with it." So if that happens, he may not actually get the key, and he's already paid me for it. He DM'd or he DM money. He transferred the money.
Zelled you the money.
Whatever it is, he transferred me the money, so I already have it. And I have the money for the ATOS. Maybe I have 2 ATOSs. And then I got my friend Ryan something, and that's it. So pretty cool.
So
I mean, I got some things, but they were just kind of,
Did Stefano say when he was going to when that new coax was going to be available?
Oh yeah, so that was like the exciting thing about the Hamfest was it's called Poda Flex that Messi and Poloni's coming out. So Stefano and I talked for about 2 hours after I shot that video, and we were talking about what like sizes should we do it in a 5mm, a 7mm. What would be the best way to actually make the cable? Because all those cables have foil as a shield around the dielectric, and then a braid. But he was saying that after a while with the foil, with repeated rolling, unrolling, rolling, unrolling, that foil can stretch and actually fail at some point. So we got to talking about maybe doing a double braid instead of the foil, so we still get 100% screening or shielding.
Interesting.
While having it be more durable for out in the field. Because I was telling him, what we want at home might not necessarily be the same thing we want out in the field. We care about durability, visibility, those kinds of things.
How about connectors? A good comment in my video was, can we get it with BNC connectors instead of UHF
So if you watched my video,
it's a video off.
We asked, Stefano wanted to know what the most common lengths of coax that we use out in the field. I told him 25, 50, and 100 would be pretty good, because that's predominantly what I use personally. Right. But I've never done a video where there wasn't at least one negative comment. This video was all 100% positive comments.
Wow.
Everyone loved the idea. Everyone put in their 2 cents about what kind of connectors. So like BNC was one that was brought up a lot, as well as the different lengths people were chiming in on. Because I basically said, what do you want out of a coax? So a lot of people wanted the 5mm, which would be like a Hyperflex 5. Some other people wanted the 7mm. They all have fantastic efficiencies in terms of attenuation and line loss and stuff. It will be a bit more rigid than some of the cables we're used to, because he is putting on a jacket that is going to withstand a bit more abuse. So if and when you put up your antenna and people want to walk through it and walk over your coax,
or drive
or
over
like
it.
Bob from our finder did and just drive over it at the hunting lease, that's not
multiple times.
It's not the first time he's done that either.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to throw this at you because I want you to talk to your people, because I've tried this. I didn't have any luck. A while ago, I tried using one of these plastic extension cord winders, and I thought with the right diameter coax, that might be better than doing the... Remember how you taught us how to roll up feed line? Okay, and I've been doing that ever since. And I stopped doing it, and my grandfather used to yell at me for not doing it your way. This is even before he even... But anyway, regardless of who came up with the idea, that is the way. But I'm wondering, now that I'm listening to you, I'm wondering if they're going to come up with a different jacket, if they can come up with a nice winder that goes with it to enhance
I have been thinking about
longevity
a way
of
to
it.
design something for about a year, and I still haven't figured it out yet. But I hear where you're coming from. So Stefano is going to make a couple prototypes, and he's going to send them to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to play around with them. I'm going to use them and abuse them, and get some feedback, and we will see what comes of that.
Yeah.
And
you know what I'm saying? Any type of winder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should
Someone's
not
saying
be used.
BNC should not be used. That is bollocks.
It's
Why
so
would you say
convenient in
that?
the field. It's so nice
BNC
just
is
to.
great.
I
Most
understand
QRP
maybe for
antennas-
the house, it's
a
something
maj-
more secure. It,
A
but
majority of QRP antennas and radios have BNC.
So
we should delete that comment. Ban him. No, I'm kidding.
So Rob, Mr. Digital Rancher Rob, it was a pleasure to meet you, by the way.
Yes, thank you for the cigars.
Yeah.
I know I told you several
Yeah, I
times.
still-
but
so I was
this guy's
showing
got
his,
one hell
though.
of a cigar collection.
Yeah, we heard about this, Rob. I'm very
where-
intrigued.
Hold on, where is it? So Rob came over, offered me and Shane a cigar, and I started smoking my cigar, and then I had to go because my wife was sitting in the car waiting, right? Because she's like, I'm tired of this shit, right? So, so I had to snip it. I borrowed his cigar cutter, and I still have it. It's not gonna be the same, but I will finish this, Rob.
Nice. I hope you enjoy it.
Now, and for those who don't ask, I will tell you, it is a Geneve. By,
How
I
did
can't
you
even
snip
read
it? There's a technique to do that.
At the tip.
I use his special tool and I snipped it. So
Okay.
anyway, so Rob.
Yes.
Tell us about like overall 10,000 foot perspective, your best moments, highlights, and what you know, the whole works. Go for it.
Well, for me, you know, the Hayden reveal, I was completely in the dark. I had no idea at all. So that really shocked me. You know, I had an opportunity to meet, you know, a lot of YouTubers and, you know, seen them at some of the other big ham fests, but I didn't expect, I just didn't expect to see, you know, international guests beside yourself, right? You were the only one I was expecting to be an international superstar on the scene. So
wow.
Molson really was.
Oh.
I mean, no, you guys don't get it. Molson, I mean, somebody mentioned it before. Molson is so gentile out in the wild. He is a pure gentleman.
Gentle giant.
Yeah.
I can still make horrible jokes. I can really make bad jokes and bad decisions. Okay, so that's
Can't
always on
we
the
all?
table.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know the Hayden reveal was really cool. It was my first year doing Contest University, and that was very cool. I really enjoyed that. A lot of great people attend that, so you get to meet a lot of really cool people. So Kyle turned me on to that. Thank you, Kyle. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was awesome. What else? Oh, gosh, there's so many things. I feel like I could probably take up 10 or 15 minutes
Okay,
here.
there, Mike. Go ahead. Take it.
You know, I think hanging out, you know, Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, having that kind of home base right there at the show it makes the whole show just so much more enjoyable,
Yeah,
right? You've got a place to kind of get out of the crowd, have a seat, get a libation, reset, you know, hang out, and that was really nice. And you know, that's where
Rob,
you really get to
do
know
you think that's
folks
important?
too.
Rob, do you think that's also important too? Remember, because a lot of common denominators here, that the overload, and I think I would have to do that too. Just to kind of walk away from everything, just you know, just rag chew with a bunch of guys, and just kind of get your body down a little bit. You know, or I'm sorry, not your body, it's your brain, really, what it is.
Yeah.
What Rob meant to say is a libation. He really meant to say lobotomy. You go over to Jason's to get a lobotomy.
Whoa.
Well, to go with
Hey,
what
speaking
Israel
of
said,
APRS, you know, it was cool. It was cool to find him when I brought up the APRS map. And
I love that
here
one
I am
picture that
stuck at
somebody
work.
shared. Somebody shared just speak to that, Izzo. Somebody shared APRS map, and you had Jason's car and a man running behind with KMRD's call sign on it. That was hilarious.
Was
that
it
was
a
after
man
the
or a
Flying
poop
J
logo?
truck stop.
No, it's the little stick figure thing.
It's the stick man.
Sorry,
many
go ahead.
people at work. Many people at work. So I brought up. I have like 8 monitors at work, and I just dedicated one to the APRS. And of course, when you play with the magnitude, but you could see people moving, and I thought that was so cool that guys were probably walking around with their HTs, or you know, or a low power mobile, you know, buy one about it, whatever, and just beaconing, and you could see them going around and around. But it was very cool. It was very, very cool.
That map
I had
was
only wished that
saturated.
all of you.
Yeah.
Right. It was. So that's why I had to bring it way down. But I would only wish that whoever was around Jason's camper, it would have been really great to see all of your call signs just sitting there in a circle, like around a bonfire. That's how I was picturing.
I tried to beacon, but for some reason the R Finder
There
does
you go.
not do APRS over. HF.
Look at that. That's great.
Running to
That is
chase
so
him.
cool.
That's funny.
Look at Mike's skinny legs.
And I see Billy's in the chat. Billy, if you want to join us, ping me on Discord. I'll send you the link.
He's in the content creators chat.
So, Rob, tell him about your setup and like.
That was awesome.
Rob just comes out of nowhere, right? Rob is like that silent dude in the back that just kind of hangs out, and then right at the right time, he comes out and he saves the day, right? And Rob, whenever Carlos was jumping, I don't know where Rob put this whenever he came to the show, but like I walked to the Jason's trailer whenever Carlos was jumping, and there's Rob with like his full satellite gear, with his satellite thing, picking Carlos and with the elk antenna, the satellite pack, the bioeno, everything, and just picking Carlos off. And we all had a Congo line. We all had a Congo line, and we're all getting behind Rob.
It's like Rob's game.
We should have actually done a
game.
Congo at in the live stream.
Well, that
man
pack, the man pack that you had, that guy. Everybody needs to watch that. That's some inspiration for guys to build something their own. Which, am I right or wrong? Because I'm sure that went through a couple of revisions, like all of our Go boxes and our backpacks have. But when I saw that, I was like, "Wow, that's hot, man! That was cool. That was very, very cool."
That's definitely like version 3, right? I started out with more of a shoulder bag, and that worked, but it was a little too bulky. And then, eventually found a bag that's like the perfect fit for the radio that I use. Fits, the bioeno fits in it, all the cabling fits in it. So that definitely took some iteration to get there. But what's funny about that whole thing is I was kind of over in the it's not the infield where all the food is, right? Kind of in the center.
The food court.
Yeah. So I'm there, and I hear Carlos come over frequency saying he's at 3,000 feet, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got my satellite pack in the car over in the parking lot. Do I have time to race over, grab that pack?
How fast can I run?
Yeah,
3K,
run over, get to Jason's camper, get the antenna put together, right, and get everything deployed. So I said, what the heck, let's try, right? This is what hams do. So I race over, I call Jason KM4ACK on the way. It was his antenna. We teamed up, right? I said, hey, Jason, I'm going to bring the radio, but I'm flying, so not easy to pack the antenna. If you can bring the antenna, then, we'll try to take advantage of it while we're there. And he did that. So I gave him a call on the radio, and I said, hey, I need you to get over to Jason's because I'm going to throw the antenna at you as soon as I come in hot because I'm going to start setting up the radio. And we
Y'all
did
put
it
that
just
together
in time.
quick.
Rob, I do have a question. Rob, I do have a question for you. For somebody who is very intrigued by this, who wants to maybe strongly consider what's the next thing, I'm sure a lot of guys are saying this too. But my question regarding between the antennas, the dual band antennas, have you tried anything with either like a walking stick or a telescoping pole to kind of just prop the antenna on and just kind of to take the weight off your arm? Have you done anything like that?
I have not, but you certainly could do that, right? That elk antenna, first of all, is pretty light.
It's way lighter than the arrow.
Yeah, it's
So
lighter.
I have my arrow on a tripod when I use it, just because it's kind of heavy.
Now, the other thing I've used is a jet stream, which is super light as well. And I just put that on a piece of a PVC pipe, right?
They make a Yagi Jetstream.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That was the first. That was the first brand of antenna that I had on my car for VHF.
Yeah, the one I had at Huntsville, that was the Jetstream Yagi.
Okay.
And I just had that on a piece of bent PVC pipe, right, just to make it more comfortable to hold, right? The good news is, generally speaking, those passes are 10 minutes long,
right?
At most, right? So, it's not too bad to aim and work the polarity on those, for 10 minutes.
Now, before we go on further, I want to take, because I know Frank said he's not he's not going to be around for too long tonight. I want to take a time and go to Frank and say, see what Frank, your overall opinion and overall takeaway from the show.
This was my second time coming to Dayton. Third time. The first time I was in the background, Jason's cameraman. Literally, that was like my badge. It said Jason's Ham 2.0 assistant.
The
I was like,
antenna boy.
yay, antenna boy.
You were the caddy. Yeah, the caddy antenna boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of his famous pictures of all of us at the brewery, well, all of the ham radio guys, and if you look there, maybe WLC is in that picture because he was there that year, and
he was there
I
this year.
took that picture. I took that picture. Not talking about that. The other thing is I got Carlos in the swap meet area when all of y'all are using that logarithmic antenna blowing everybody out.
What kind of antenna is it?
Logarithmic.
Yep.
Logarithmic.
Yes.
That's an Uzo.
Clip that.
It's a raw cricket antenna.
Raw cricket. I got him with just an HP on 5 watts. So points to me.
Hey Frank, I really love Frank.
On that note, I'll
I'm
be
gonna
right
throw
back.
a teaser. Frank, I'm gonna throw a teaser out. I want everyone to watch one of Frank's videos that he did with the sort of the Raiders of the Lost Ark theme of switching the Kenwood HT with something. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys have got to watch. This is classic Frank, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
It was the rig expert new 3000 antennalyzer that was behind glass.
The what?
It's the rig expert 3000. What?
I've been guilty of doing that too.
I have to.
Thanks for expanding our vocabulary.
The antennalyzer.
The antennalyzer.
Yep. Billy, I understand
It's
you
just
got
one
short
word.
time.
It's just one word.
And that was a fun video, but one of the comments was you should have rolled some coax cable and like have the camera trick to make it look big and then you're running away. I was like, yes! I was trying to figure out how to run away from something. But too late. That was fun to shoot. I edited that in the airport Sunday because we left Sunday morning at 4 a.m. from the frat house to
Good
get
Lord.
to Cincinnati for
It was the pig
flight.
pen. It wasn't the frat house. It was the pig pen.
I think I woke up at 4 to pee and then went back to bed.
Yeah, that was a long day. I edited a bunch of videos and I was in Discord that Sunday and a couple of people were like, Frank, are you awake? And I'm like, what? I fell asleep at the keyboard. Favorite moment is when I was on Ham Nation. I was helping out Josh with Ham Nation.
Congratulations.
And
It'll never be the same.
I was scared. So
Hey,
when
Frank took a
Yes.
huge risk,
I did.
and it paid off huge.
Yeah, I did. So when Josh called me up, he told me he was walking up. He's like, "It's a PA system. Be kind." And Josh is, authoritative voice. I was like, "Well, crap." So I get up to the mic and I'm like, I think the video should drop, I guess, this Wednesday. I don't know when it's going to drop. I was like, all right, y'all. I was told to be kind on the mic, so I'm not going to yell. And then I go, you're going to do it for me. And I go, and I threw my hands up and the whole crowd, Tank Radio!
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, it was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
Oh, that's cool.
It sounds like a very wholesome
Excellent.
moment.
Yeah.
It was.
Was it like a chorus of angels?
It was to me. I was like, I didn't think any of these
But
people
just
knew me.
imagine if that fell flat, right?
Oh, I
That's
had it
like
out.
he took a huge risk.
That would have been a great
funny.
video. That would have been a great
My
video.
out would have been, I guess it's not my type of crowd. Thank you for your time. Go right back to sit
Thanks
down.
for watching. See you next time.
Yeah, tough
on
crowd, I
Tank
tell ya.
Radio.
So Billy
see you next
sent. Go ahead, Tank. Go ahead.
So it was a great time. I loved every minute of it. I loved meeting Mochi and everyone at Ham and Quackers, and it was a great time. I loved every moment, and I had like 3 to 4 cigars a day.
Nice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no,
It's good for the soul.
Yeah,
That's great.
It was great.
Speaking
So
of,
I'm not meaning to not go to my favorite YouTuber, Kyle, but Billy sent the message in the back saying that he can only be here for about 15, 20 minutes. So we'll save the best for last, Kyle.
right?
Yeah, that's fine. I
will say it was.
I don't have to go.
It was a pleasure meeting Mochi and Junie.
Yeah,
So that was a lot of
Junie's
fun.
amazing.
That was
Angela,
so cool.
her other cohort there, they're all fun to talk to. I was told I was beaming when I was interviewing them on my video. Of course, I
You
was
were
surrounded by
starstruck.
two ladies.
You were starstruck.
Yeah.
It was Mochi. That's what it was.
It was Mochi. Yeah,
duckstruck.
It was Mochi. Yeah.
Duckstruck.
So Billy, it was really nice to meet you as well. So I have to just, before I go on to Billy, there, you have to split Hamvention into two categories. I think there's the exhibit experience, and then there's the time with people. It's two separate things that. And so exhibits is one thing, and we could talk more about that. But Billy, all of you guys, I got to meet. Ape, there's some I didn't get to meet. A lot of viewers, lawnmower. The best was when viewers come up to you and they're like, "Molson, it's me." And you're like, "I don't know who you are." And they're,
I'm sorry.
But never tell you their name either.
Yeah, exactly. I think Eric and I had a funny interaction. We were at the hotel for 4 days in May, the Thursday night it was. I think it was Thursday night. Anyways.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Good. What's your name?" He's like, "Are you serious?" And we've talked in Discord, but you don't go through the hundreds of people's names and pictures. So he's like, Kilo Hotel 6. And once he said Kilo Hotel, I was like, Eric, right? He's like, yeah. And then I met Kitty 9 Who.
Yes.
Like, I didn't recognize her just looking at her because I'm not thinking,
Caitlin,
going
right?
through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said Caitlin. I was like, Katie 9 Who, right? And she's like, yeah, that's right. So sometimes it takes a little spark to make me remember. But we met Lawnmower, we met Tim, Deanna. If that's how you pronounce it, I always mess up your name. We met so many people. I don't mean to leave people out. But it was a pleasure to meet everybody, and Billy as well. It was a pleasure to meet you. And so what's your takeaway from the whole weekend?
Yeah. So it was my first time too. So I had a certain expectation, and honestly, it kind of met it. But one thing that I found funny, you were talking about the camper earlier. The first day, I came to a point where I was like dehydrated, and I was starting to get a little dizzy, and I was like, gosh, I gotta get somewhere and chill out. And I came over the radio, and I was trying to figure out where the camper was at, and somebody guided me in. Thank God. I was trying not to sound panicked, but I was like, I gotta find some shade. Like, I'm burning up. I need some water. But I was really thankful for that. But especially all of you guys, the YouTubers. I didn't really know anybody else there, so you guys really made everything fun. And I appreciate the time that I got to spend with you all and the talks that we had. And also, I didn't expect many viewers to come up to me, but they did, and I appreciate every single one of those viewers, even though they didn't tell me their name.
It's humbling. It is.
Yeah, it is. And it was a great time. I look forward to going next year. But that's
next year, buddy. You're not too far from Huntsville, so there's some expectations there.
Yeah,
I've got
you need to tell them you need to postpone training.
Yeah, I wish there's some that you can do that with, but this one just happens to be right smack dab in the middle of one that you can't.
Yep.
So
just have a government shutdown.
I would literally, there we go.
That may happen anyway.
I would literally. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'll tell you what. I'll shoot my shot, and I might get laughed off the stage, or in my workout. Maybe I can get an evac. Those few days or something. They can take me back in. I don't know.
Take me to Huntsville. I promise. There's no reason why.
Maybe.
If you need a letter,
there you go.
Billy, if you need a letter, we will write you a letter, an alibi. Dear President Trump, I need to.
I was gonna say, I think we can get a warrant.
Wrong year, Izzo.
Yeah, wrong year. Izzo doesn't even know who's president. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Izzo, were you out in the heat all day today?
Izzo, are you a conspiracy theorist that the election didn't count?
We are not going down
that. We're not going there.
Oh gosh, that's a can of worms right there.
So I got two comments in here. I got two comments I have to hit up. First of all, where
exactly,
is it?
Kyle?
Somebody brings up Molson.
Exactly, Kyle.
hold on. Where is it? Moses Synapsis needs some Blizzard lubrication. My kids asked me when we got back. They said, "Did you guys stop at DQ?" Because I told them that last month was 87. We never
Are
stopped.
you
there.
serious?
We
forgot-
Ever.
What? An American Dairy Queen?
Yeah, we
And
have
then
those
and then
here.
there's some comments. There's some comments about Black Russians, and Black Russians. I don't know if you know it, but it's a mixed drink.
They're delicious.
And I had when we were at the Troll Pub, I had some Black Russians. It's one of my preferred drinks, and so I was getting Ben, who's sitting at the bar. I was like, Ben, can you order me another Black Russian? And he was passing the message along. So if you want to know what a Black Russian is, it's a mixed drink. So
yeah,
and they taste so good. By the way, Mike, speaking of drinks, my wife and I, the guy came around with the IPA drink.
Yeah.
Remember they were giving the sampler?
Yeah.
And my
Oh,
wife
the free
and I
ones.
took
Yeah.
it. And we were like, oh, it was brutal.
Yeah. It was
And
pretty bad.
No, it was
I'm watching
lame.
you and Josh. Huh?
It was lame.
Yeah.
It didn't taste
It was
bad. It
pretty
just
bad.
didn't taste like anything. It tasted like Miller Lite. There was
tastes
like,
like orange
no.
It was a bitter Miller Lite.
It was bitter.
It was
Oh,
so
so it was a
weak in
Foster's.
flavor.
Anyways,
I mean, you
enough
could
about
drink it all
drinks.
day, but
I'd rather have something with better flavor. It was
Yeah.
Troll Pub though. Troll Pub was awesome. Aside from
It
the
was a
fact that
great
Billy got
time.
a parking ticket, Troll
Damn
Pub
it,
was
cold.
awesome. I
Hey,
don't
did
know.
anybody else
Billy-
get a parking ticket?
No,
Anybody?
because when we walked in, they had those
Kyle did.
giant
That's what
signs
Kyle
that
did,
says
yeah.
"Pay to Park," and you have to
Yeah.
hold your phone in front of it, and you tell it what your license plate is, and you pay your $6.
Kyle,
They're
did you already pay?
Giant signs.
Yeah, I already paid it.
See, for me, my fault was I was sitting there trying to be a good Samaritan. I got finished at the Troll Pub, and I was waiting around a long time. I was like, I want to be completely sober before I get on the road. And I was sitting there, and I was out late, and it was like very late that they wrote me the ticket. I was like, well, at least I got home safely, I guess.
how much was the ticket?
I haven't even looked at it. It's like
$54.
$54.
Ouch.
That's two bow things.
Do you want
Well,
it?
I mean that
Do you want us to write you?
that'll cover your bar tab, so you're good there.
I just forgot to pay it. I was so excited seeing everyone. I just wanted to go. I just wanted to get in.
To be fair, I didn't even notice the signs when I walked in, and there's literally signs all over the place. You look at the troll, there's a sign right next to it, there's a sign on the right, but you're looking at the troll.
Yeah.
You know, so
Did you
I
see
went
the
in.
one, the troll that was up on the
I just
smokestack?
noticed that this year.
Same here.
That was good.
Same here. I was like, was that there last year?
I don't remember last
Well,
year.
that's because last year you guys were crawling. That's because you guys were crawling on the sidewalk.
Oh, talking
Yeah,
about
exactly.
that, Tom showed up. The bartender from last year. He
Who
showed
didn't
up.
work there.
Yeah, he didn't work there, but he made an appearance. And he's like, man, oh man,
You like half
y'all
worked
were
there, though.
amazing that night.
As much as he was selling the place, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was out there rearranging furniture. He was doing all kinds of stuff.
He was being accommodating.
He was
To
trying
say
to
the least.
convince you guys to go to his where
To
he
his
works
bar,
now
right.
to go drink. That's what he was trying to do. He's trying to make you guys
he knew how
remember
much
the
he got
quality
tipped
of
last
service.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
speaking of the Troll Pub, did you guys notice now? Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, he paid for like a big chunk of drinks for everybody.
lot of people
But
paid.
there were a lot of people
Very.
that decided they were going to ante up on that. So like the entire place was like, they were like, I kept trying to give them my card, and they're like, nope, no, you still covered. And I was like,
Yeah.
I drank like $150 worth of booze here. I gotta pay something.
But see, I wish
no,
we-
your $16 is good for your food. It's okay. All
Jason
right.
and I and some others were invited to a dinner for Yesu, so we had to leave for a couple hours. We left. It started at 6:30, so we left. I don't know, probably about 6:15. Didn't get back till probably 8:30 or so. And I had one beer.
Take care, Dennis.
I didn't really want to drink. That we got to the 12 at like 4:30. I wouldn't feel like drinking, so I had a couple Dr. Peppers, and then I found out they had sour ales there. So I was like, okay, I need a sour. I love sour. So I had one beer, and then I got back, and I had like one drink. I had like 2 drinks the whole night.
Did Yesu also do meatloaf, or was it something?
No, we had some horse duvers that were like some fried shrimps, and then there was like a roast beef slab of steak as an hors d'oeuvre, and then we had.
Did you have Ape's favorite dish, koala bears?
We did not. We had
Very tender
brisket,
koala bears.
and there was
Very
fried
tender koala bear.
flounder.
Nice.
Flounder.
And there was cornbread.
See, when you pay $1,000 for a
Oh,
mobile
you had me at
radio,
cornbread.
that's where you get that
me at
good
cornbread.
stuff.
I had like 4 pieces of cornbread, and then the desserts they had I think it was strawberry cheesecake, a chocolate cake, and banana pudding, of which I had one of each.
It sounds to me like the manufacturers got their
I was
catering
very
backwards.
full. I was not capable of drinking when I got back to the Troll Pub. So
I heard a rumor. Did they announce
your loss is
we're
our
changing
game.
New radio
yeah,
band?
it was actually really good because last year I was really hungover on Sunday, and it was nice not being hungover. So
The Random Wire asked if there was a speculation sandwich.
Hey guys, I'm headed out.
All right, Billy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome
Take care.
anytime.
Bye, Billy.
See you guys.
Bye, Billy.
I want to take a couple minutes and just go to Richard. Richard, who came to join us. Richard, well, I'll give you a few minutes here before we bring in more guests. Talk to us about your experience.
Well, this was my second year. First of all, greetings to everybody. Shane Molson was fantastic to meet both of you guys. Let's see. The only one out of the clubhouse I haven't met is Izzo. So
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Beer snack.
Yep.
Oh, look at that! Great picture. Great picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. That was fun. Now here's the part that really blew me away. Ape showed up.
Oh yes.
Ape was an amazing guy.
That blew you away, not Hayden.
Well, Hayden was one that blew me away. Eric was the second one, and then well, Shane, help me out. What day was the Toast luncheon out there at the flagpole?
That was on Saturday.
That was on Saturday.
Yeah, that was the Toes meetup.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like noon at the flagpole, right?
Yep.
So that afterwards, I'm just gonna say this. So hindsight, when I was watching Toad's Ham Nuggets last night or whatever it's called, their review, and they spoke about meetup at the pole, I was like, oh, because me and Shane were inside, and somebody came up to us and said they're calling for you at the flagpole, and Shane and I just went along, like, okay, what's going on? And we show up, and then there's people there, and then afterwards, I feel like we impose on this whole Toad's meet at the flag thing. So sorry, guys.
I did
Toads
feel kind of
guys.
bad. I was like, I didn't realize.
Somebody just came to us and said, "We need you."
Crash the party.
No.
Yeah.
Molson, and I'm sure me saying this on video, if I say something wrong, I will get called out. But anyway, Molson, you and Shane, as far as the Toads meetup goes, you guys were more than welcome. That's why I took a picture of the Coffee and Ham Radios guys, and I added Hayden in, got you in, Molson, got Shane in. That's why I was asking for those pictures.
Very good.
It was fun though.
Listen,
It was
Richard,
great. It was great to meet those guys.
Yeah, your microphone's really staticky, so I'm going to boot you out of here because you got some mic issues. But Richard, it was a pleasure, absolute pleasure to meet you, and hopefully we see you again. Are you going to hunt still?
Thanks for sending the pictures over, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, be sure to share those, Shane.
I did. I was just showing them while we were chatting.
Thank you, Richard. It was a pleasure
Richard,
to meet you, buddy.
hey, real quickly, Richard. If you listen, Richard, you know how to get a hold of me. If you're going to be trucking anywhere up, Interstate 95 or whatever, please just give me a heads up. And you never know, okay?
You never know, bro.
All right, thank you. I'll look forward to
it. We'll see you guys later. It was fun seeing everybody, and look forward to seeing all of you in Huntsville.
I'll be there.
Sounds good.
Be safe.
All right.
Have a good one, Richard. Be safe out there.
So, Ape, if you want the link, go check it out. We'd love to have you come on the show, man. So, and you're not the last and you're not the least there, Kyle. But
Yes.
Ape says everyone was invited, even if you're on the Clubhouse.
yeah, yeah.
That's mighty kind of him. Well,
Kyle,
bless his heart.
They sold me. I finally bought a car.
What'd you get? Ah,
Oh,
Did you get the warranty with it?
I got. Did I get the what?
The warranty.
Very
Which
good,
one?
Steve.
No, I got the Aries, which is a random wire 9-to-1, and it's been a long time, but I finally bought one. I bought it directly. I'm going to save this bag. It
Directly
had
from
Chuck's
Chuck.
hands on it. I have his DNA.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
DNA.
Look at that.
We're gonna clone him like Dolly the llama or something.
Yes, there you go.
Apes DNA.
Put that thing in a test tube. Put it in a test tube.
I'm going to send it into
Dolly was a
23andMe and do a reverse genealogical. He has a relative.
Oh, in 10 years from now, there's going to be a bunch of little guys who all look like Ape.
No,
that's how I get you, Abe.
No, you're going to clone his DNA, and it's going to come out looking like me, and it's going to be like twins, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Oh God!
Look at these. I don't touch the product.
I ain't touching that. Nope.
That's proper management.
Too late.
They don't touch the product.
I will say though,
Yeah.
if you think Ape's funny on stream, wait till you stand next to him.
You should see him at a Yesu dinner with a button-down shirt and a comb over.
Wait a minute, I can find that picture. Hold on.
Please
The
do.
comb over is real.
Stand by one.
Hey, let me.
I've
While
not
you're
seen
looking
that.
for that, I'm going to wave this and tease Ham Radio Pen Pals.
Oh.
Paul,
Ooh.
I have your Bengali.
I was gonna say, just that
You're
bag
never
alone's
getting
probably
it.
$50.
Yeah, I know.
So what's the best giveaway we got?
I didn't even check to see if I won anything. Obviously I didn't, but
You're
I
talking about
wasn't-
the prize booth?
yeah.
Prizes or anything.
Well,
Because
they were
I
giving
got
away
a lot of hats, which are awesome.
They were giving away a Yesu FT 101D was the main prize.
Oh, swag. I was going with swag. What
Oh.
giveaways did you pick up? Not that.
No.
Like that towel or I got the Yezu hat. I got a Hamvention hat. I got an ICOM hat.
No, I
Did you
still
get
have.
an ICOM shirt?
Yes. Actually, I won a prize
I
pack.
saw the ICOM T-shirts. That ICOM
I
T-shirt.
still have
was
the
jealous.
best swag. I have a tank.
I got
Shane and I went
by
by the Big Alley booth on our way out to the car to go to the Troll Pub.
I sent
And we were looking
CQ,
at them.
and I've never touched anything that had to do with CW.
Whenever I was
It
at
just
each
magically happened.
Whenever I was at each CW, or I'm sorry, key manufacturer with Hayden, I kept sending his call sign. And about the third one, he's just like, "Are you sending my call sign?" I'm like, "Very good, very good."
As a matter of fact, I am.
About time you picked up.
Were you sending his VK or is
It's VK,
Kilo
yeah.
Delta? Okay.
No, it's VK, yeah.
Nice.
We went by because I was like, I should buy. I want to buy a key. I have a straight key, but I wanted to buy something else to. What is it again? Sorry.
Ionic paddle.
Ionic paddle. So we went there, Shane and I
Say
talked
that
to the
again?
guys like.
And I am.
Iambic.
So
Say it
so we
together.
went
Sound it
there,
out.
and Shane and I were talking to the guy, and we were both playing around with them, and I was like, so which one is like, would you suggest for somebody who's never used one of these keys before and was still learning? And the guy I don't think he really worked the booth there because he was like talking with another guy. Wasn't too sure. It's like this, but with a different base. And I was like, you know what? I'm not, because it was $150. I think it was the one he was suggesting. Not at the end of the world, but I was like, you know what? Making a last minute, on the way out decision. I'll go online and I'll see what there is, and then I'll make the order. But that's definitely in my my list of things to do. There's a bunch of stuff coming in the mail too. So got lots of projects coming up. But Kyle, the floor is yours. Yeah. What?
First, I think Rob's got to go.
What? Yeah, I gotta scoot out.
Rob,
Hey,
you're going to be
thank
in
you
Huntsville,
guys.
right?
I'm sorry. What's that?
You're going to be in Huntsville, right?
Yes, I'll be in Huntsville.
Good.
I think your cabin is right next to mine.
Yes.
We also have some
We're
Royal
neighbors.
Parks coming up.
We do.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh, are you going to Ray Roberts, Robert?
I'll be at Ray Roberts.
Nice.
Yep. So I'll see you guys in a
I
few
will
weeks.
see you there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I found the picture.
Thanks so much for the invite to the clubhouse here. I really enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Hey guys,
anytime, my
quickly,
friend.
All right, thank
very
you.
quickly, we need to vote him in. We need to vote him in
Oh,
because I don't think he's on our list, right?
well,
Make the motion.
Oh, I don't know. I'll
is
make
that
the
a motion?
Motion.
Yep.
Yep.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Hey. No,
Nay.
Hey,
You're in, Rob.
Very
We'll
nice.
get you
Welcome to
next time
Hamradioclubhouse.
with all of the Izzo questions. Next time will
There
be
you
all
go.
the Izzo questions. All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Larry King, Izzo.
There you go.
Love
Look
it.
at that.
There it is.
Look at that sharp dressed man.
Look at that. Nice.
Wow.
That's a
Look
solid
at that.
comb over
Oh
Abe's
my
work.
God! Who cleaned him up? Who gave him a bath? and-
See,
where'd
it
he
just
go to
goes
cost-
to show you.
Where'd he go to cost cutters or something? What the heck?
we're not allowed to talk about the intervention, Izzo. We're not
Right.
allowed.
He looks handsome. That's a handsome
Yeah.
man. Let me tell you
He was
something.
showing off there.
Holy cripes! I think I may have a sister for him.
No.
Hey.
He might be married.
Heyo.
So Kyle, take it away.
What?
Aren't apes
How do you
polyamorous
follow
though?
that?
There's usually one
I
silverback,
would
and then
be
like
honored.
he has
I
all
would
the
be
females.
honored to have Ape. I would be honored to have Ape as my brother or brother-in-law. I would be honored to have him sitting there at Thanksgiving and at the table. I would.
If
be
he has a
honored.
significant other, she would not appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
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 You know what'd be great?
Stop trying to auction me off.
You know what'd be great if like that came to fruition and you came to the wedding and you still didn't know Ape's name and the vows were with Ape and like you were at Thanksgiving dinner 3 years later and you're just like, Ape, I still don't know your name. I don't know your
married
name.
to my sister.
Do you take
at the table
smoking
at the
ape
table at
as
the
your
table
husband?
with all the cars that have all the names? It just says Ape.
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 It's the smoking ape. It's his legal name.
Oh, that's true.
The
It's
That's
his
true.
full
smoking
name.
Yeah,
Ape
that's
is a
right.
nickname.
Give him props.
Let's try this
First
again
name
for the
the.
fifth time. Kyle.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Kyle.
Yeah, so
Kyle.
that
Why?
picture was there's a story behind that picture. Do you guys want to hear it?
Uncaffeinated.
Oh,
and
yes.
yes, we want to hear this
There's
story.
a couple pictures of you with a sad clown. I felt sad. Should I not?
So
I was.
that was early in the morning, and Jason had turned his phone around like he was taking a selfie, which he took a selfie, and
Right.
Sterling was in the background, and a couple of people, Hayden and whatnot, had put their hands up to block what Sterling standing behind them, like to block them out of the shot, right? So I'm sitting there just watching them do this, and then Jason turns obviously he turns the camera around, from the front panel to the back panel, and he just snaps a picture and he shows it to me, and I'm like, okay, and then he posts it all on social media.
It looks like someone stole his sun drop.
Yeah. Well,
that may have happened too.
Yeah, I think somebody still raided my sun drop Saturday morning because whenever I came downstairs, there was only like 2 left.
What a jerk.
But anyway,
Wow.
that's okay.
I will say, though, there was, I'm adding this picture. Look at this motley crew here.
Is that with is that
Animal
the
House.
last one with everyone?
Yeah, that's the last one that's got
Yeah.
everybody in there.
Yeah.
That's the one, because we've got myself is in there as well as T.O. and the rest of the gang. So
Yeah.
it was
Robert
good to get
Lee.
everybody in there.
So that was
after
the
we
Friday.
tasted nasty snacks from Australia.
Yeah, that was Friday night.
Yes.
Night. Yeah.
Was it Friday night or
No,
Saturday
snacks
night?
was Saturday.
No, it was
Saturday
Friday night.
night.
That's-
No,
was it?
no.
It was Friday night. It's Friday night.
It was Friday
'Cause
night.
Saturday
Yeah,
night
you're
was
right.
Troll Pub.
Yeah, you're right. I take that back.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a funny show, guys. That was a
Ape
very,
says he
very
stole
fun
some
show
sun drop.
Ape was a loud one. Ape is the
Yeah.
only person that I would allow a sun drop. No, there was other people that got a sun drop.
Yeah, I took a sort of it.
So anyway, the Hamvention obviously starts. It started for me yesterday for Hamvention, 2024. But Hamvention really started late last year and early this year, whenever Hayden hit me up and said, I'm coming to Hamvention, or if I come to Hamvention, do I have a place to stay? Where am I going to stay? And I'm like,
Wherever you want.
Yeah. So he goes, do you have the Airbnb? Is there a place for me to stay? So I shuffled some people around, and last year I put everyone in a Discord and said, here's what's going on. Basically just, tried to be transparent in my communication. Well, I couldn't do that this year because I needed to make it a secret, right? So Hayden and I were communicating ever since, I want to say, late December, maybe early January, about him coming over, and then finally came over, right? He finally pulled the trigger on the airline ticket, and then the whole discussion about how we were going to reveal Hayden, and I'm sure that there's going to be more videos come out of how we revealed. I mean, you got Hayden's perspective, but I brought everyone downstairs. I made this speech, and then I basically made the reveal, and I'm sure that you'll see that in other people's videos. But it was great.
Say, before we continue, Frank, I saw that you needed to pop out for tonight, so thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. We appreciate it.
7-3, y'all.
Enjoy
Good
it.
to see you,
Hanging
Frank.
out with you, man.
Later.
Go for it for
Have a good
coffee.
one.
So anyway, we got Hayden over here, got him in front of everyone. Everyone was surprised. And then, I think Hayden was very surprised on. He kept on saying, "No one's going to know who I am. No one's going to know who I am. No one cares who I am." Right?
No,
so
that's not true.
we got to Contest University, and sure enough, like he got recognized a couple of times, but then. Whenever we got to the show, we didn't even get in the door. Like we got out of the car and we were walking to the front entrance, and we had media passes so we could get in early. And the line was, an eighth of a mile long to get into the door on Friday. And all I hear is as we're walking up, "Hey, that's that Australian."
That's not Australian. Didn't he say someone in the bathroom said the same thing? Like he was taking a leak, and as they were walking out, they're like, "Hey, that's that Australian guy."
Yeah. So Hayden got stopped many times, which is great. It's always nice to meet viewers and whatnot. The best, and I told this story last night, and I'll tell it again because I like telling the story on.
Well,
Hayden.
I missed it, so this is my first time hearing it.
So we on Friday or Saturday. No, it was on Saturday. Friday we had barbecue for lunch, and Saturday we had pizza. And there was a pizza joint that was right in front of the vulva, room or
Volta.
Oh, it's a Volta. Oh, it's not vulva.
Volta.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's not vulva.
Another Izoism that didn't come out of my mouth.
Yep. See.
All right. Sorry, I thought it was part of a woman's anatomy.
At Hamvention 2023.
Yeah. So, we went to the pizza place, and he got a slice, and he's like, "This is good pizza. I think I'm going to eat another slice." So he went back and got another slice. And he's like, "I think I'm going to eat a third." And he waited on the pepperoni, right? So we're kidding Hayden. They're just like, "Do they not have pizza in Tasmania? Because you're just eating the asshole out of this pizza, right?" So Hayden and I split off. He had to go after we did the live stream, which was great. If you have not seen Hayden's live stream and seen the comedy routine that Ape made in the middle of the live stream, it is great. It had me rolling on all
That's him doing the tour of the walkthrough, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's about 3/4 of the way through, and we stumble upon Ape, and we just ask him random questions, and of course, random answers come out of Ape's mouth.
It's Ape.
So Hayden goes to the flea market. I go back to the vendor booths to do my own thing, and I'm standing in front of the pizza joint, just like lost, right? I'm like, I don't know what to do next. I look over, and there's Hayden eating another slice of pizza.
That's like gut grenade pizza. That's not like quality pizza.
I consider myself a pizza connoisseur. That did not look like. I mean, it didn't look like bad pizza, but
it was okay pizza, right?
And for $5 a slice,
I will say that it was $5 a slice.
It was expensive.
Yeah.
It should have been like $3 a slice.
$3, I would have bought some because I still love pizza.
While we're on the topic of food,
Shane and I, if you're ever in Dayton, you have to go or to the
Mike's going to
Hamvention.
disagree with this, but we'll go with it.
You have to go to the Black Rock Bar and Grill.
Just
Amazing.
once.
Just one.
There's more than
What'd you
just in
have?
Dayton. They're all over the place.
What'd you have, Molson?
Kind of, but they're in the north. You can't get.
Yeah.
There's none here in Texas.
I mean, there's
I
two
had
by where I
filet-
lived in Michigan.
Yeah, but that's in the north, right?
Right.
So we had I had filet mignon, and so what it is they bring out your meat raw, so you choose like not you can buy other stuff on the menu, but
Do they bring the whole cow out?
Yes.
I was just gonna say.
Hold on.
I had
Did they bring
filet
the- did they
mignon,
bring
I
the
have a
calf
picture
out?
coming.
and there's a stone in the middle that's heated to 750 degrees. You choose a side, and there was garlic butter for
Look
it.
at that.
That's Shane with
Oh,
his.
Shane.
You just
you
died. You just died.
Oh
And
my!
Look at that slab of meat.
Yes.
Really expensive, and you have to cook it yourself.
Exactly.
was
I have to pay
amazing.
to cook it myself.
Listen, in a world of
It wasn't
in a
that
world of
expensive though.
Did
in
they?
a world
Was
of
there a
fast
Weber
food,
in front
it was
there?
amazing.
I
there a
was
what?
not impressed when I went to Black Rock. I was like,
Really?
You didn't go. You didn't go to Dayton Black Rock or Z.
I went to
There
the
you
Black Rock in Novi, Michigan. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We should try the one in Ohio.
Oh, nothing in Ohio is good other than
Well,
that.
that steak was really good.
Especially Ohio State
The only
fans. They
the
suck.
only complaint that I had about that is at the end of our meal, I felt like my face was covered in steak drippings. And then
I put a
and
bib
then
on.
I look
I
over
put
at
a
my
bib on.
phone and I go to swipe to like unlock my phone, and it's nothing but my fingerprints and like a streak as I drop through my face. I was like,
You
is there
go
really
home
that much grease
smelling
on there?
Of grease.
No,
The
yeah.
minute-
I used
the
to be
minute-
I used to be a line cook in my 20s. Sometimes I worked fry side, and like you just
Oh,
I
it
mean
was
anywhere in
terrible.
a kitchen you're just covered in grease, and that's
Yeah.
what you feel like afterwards. And you
I don't know if
swear
this
you're
is a
out.
restaurant or a strip club.
My thing is like you're cooking steak on a rock. Like
Yes.
it's neat, but
It's
there-
an
You don't
experience.
get that flavor that you would get from a flame, especially a charcoal.
I don't know. That
You know,
garlic butter that you
it
could put
was-
on top of it while you were cooking, it was pretty
See,
damn
that's
good.
to
That's where the
mask-
grease came from.
That's to add
It is.
flavor because it's lacking.
Yeah,
Especially
'cause
if you
you-
get a filet mignon, there's no fat in it. There's no flavor.
Listen. Some
Linda.
people like Yesu. Some people like Flex.
I was gonna say,
some
next
people
time-
prefer Dairy Queen and and we prefer.
I mean, if
Black
you don't
Rock,
like a
okay?
Blizzard at Dairy Queen, you're just an asshole.
I agree. I agree.
So we just need to go Skyline Chili then.
I don't know if I could do that.
So
I've not had that, but I've had Ohio's version of a chili dog, and it ain't good.
I was gonna say no. That's not chili. I don't care. But
Well, neither is the chili in a chili dog in Detroit. It's a sauce they call it.
There
It's
you
chili
go.
sauce,
no.
but they're delicious.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys what I
Jason says some people like
Some
APRS.
people.
That's right. That's right. Jason.
I'm going to show you guys a few things that I bought. There's some stuff that's coming in the mail. I will say that I was inspired by VHQ Hex, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
Did you get one?
no, I decided I'm going to build one. So I have
That
ordered
thing
the
is
parts for it.
solid.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's
so
awesome.
That, thank you for their inspiration. Sorry you didn't get the sale, but thank you for the inspiration. And
When he
but if
screws
you
up the
are
build, he'll
looking,
be buying one.
Yeah.
if I'm not going to screw up the build. If you are interested in a hex, this guy builds a really nice quality hex beam.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Hell of a
For
nice
permanent
guy.
for
Yeah.
permanent install,
And,
you cannot
David's,
go wrong.
It's David, right? David's a really
Yeah,
nice guy.
David.
Yeah.
Literally the strongest hex beam on the market.
Yep.
And smokes
So-
a hell of a cigar.
Yeah.
He does. He came by the trailer to have a cigar with all of us.
Oh, nice.
So like I showed you, I bought the Cartana. I bought the Yaesu FT5D. Which was on sale at HRO. So it's funny because I went to RNL at first and I was going to buy it there, and they're like, it's $309. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see who else has it. And then you go to HRO and it was $299. So I bought it from there. And I bought some signal stick antennas, which is pretty cool. I bought
love
one
signal
for,
sticks,
I bought
yeah.
a couple of them for HTs.
I can't believe the 5G
and then-
is only $300. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I bought this wire to rebuild my NFED half wave that got ruined in that ice storms, so that's a project coming up. And I
You're
bought
gonna have some
grounding
content.
strap.
He's gonna have some videos.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's a lot. That's a lot of videos, man. We build, we learn here. Look at this.
Yeah.
So actually,
He still hasn't
I think
learned
I'm
how
gonna
to
order-
make the videos, though.
Well,
I don't know. You
my
would
biggest
appreciate
thing
his video
is
that we
my
took
biggest thing
at
is
the Black Rock.
My biggest issue. We're not sharing that video. That's funny. My biggest
That's
issue with
after
film. I have a
that's
lot of
that's after
recorded
a few-
video.
A few
Yeah.
Stella Artois.
I have a lot of
And-
recorded videos, but I really want to get a camera, so I'm not using my cell phone.
Oh, poppycock.
I agree.
And
Mike, Mike records on the phone.
Literally the lamest excuse I've ever heard.
Then I
Every
bought
single one of my
this.
videos
What
is
is that?
filmed on iPhone. That is a big Carlos.
Whoa, that's,
Carlos
a dummy,
antenna.
that's a dummy load.
That's a big dummy load.
A
Is that going in the
500
keg?
watt dummy load.
Wow.
I'm still. So the reason why the keg's not done is because I have to do some special machining that I can't do easily. But
Okay.
so I bought that dummy load. I just have to change the connector on the end, and I will be setting this up in my shack. And there is still plans to do the dummy load. And
That's going to heat the house when it
No
gets cold.
kidding.
yeah, man.
Adapters.
So
That's right.
I think I bought a few more things, but I can't remember, and it's not here with me. But that's pretty much it. I have to say that my opinion on the flea market. I have a couple of observations. Flea market was good. I was hoping there would be more. There's a lot of Motorola. Obviously,
A lot.
there's
Yeah, a lot.
Obviously, a lot of people bought stuff. Found
Minus
deals.
the LWC.
Awesome. But there was a lot of Motorola's, and I caught that, Shane. And there was a lot of parts radios, which was
I was
cool.
waiting.
Some people
I
enjoy
was
that.
waiting.
And one thing I did notice. So on Friday, I had a couple things on my list I
Plasma.
wanted to buy at the flea market. That's an intercooler for a Ford Galaxy.
Plasma.
There's a
That's going
couple
to
of-
allow Molson in the wintertime to walk around with a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You understand that? Following with
That's
Kyle's
right.
comment.
So I was really looking. Obviously, we all keep our eyes peeled for radio deals. I was hoping to find like a 706 Mach 2G. I did see a few. I would say the radios were overpriced.
Quite a few out there.
Yeah, the radios
You
were
gotta haggle,
overpriced.
dude. Everything's
Yeah.
overpriced.
Everything was overpriced. Like my amplifier that I have, they were selling it for $800. I bought it for $500. The radio that's in front of me, I bought it for $500. They were selling it for $1,000. And then plus add the exchange rate, right? This is Canadian. I paid for it. So I found it was a little excessive, but there were some good deals. Like for instance, this 500 watt dummy load, I paid $30 for it.
Nice.
A different brand. The guy was asking $300 for a 500 watt dummy load.
Wow.
And so I'm not even going to try and negotiate the guy because he's not going to come down to what I would consider a reasonable price. And you can buy this one online. This one online you could buy used for $240. So I got a really good deal on it.
Yeah.
So that's the one observation. The second observation, I wish that I don't know if they've done this or maybe they did it. I didn't realize it, but it would be cool if they had a general announcement right before the forums.
I agree.
Just saying the forums, because there's a couple of forums that, because I'm not looking at my book. First of all, the schedule that I had was in the pamphlet they give out to you at the door.
Which is
wherever
sweaty
it
by
is
the
here.
first hour you're in there.
Well, yeah. So I have this,
Is there
and you
an
can
app?
go in there.
Hey guys, is there
They
an
do have an app, yeah.
I'll just.
There is an app for that.
So,
Well, hey,
anyways,
Molson, they recorded most of them, so they're going to be online.
you don't know for sure, absolutely.
good.
But there's
Oh,
also
excellent.
also being there, the experience of it.
Oh
too,
yeah,
right?
I agree.
And
yeah.
so sometimes people will be like, "Oh, I was just at this forum," and I was like, "Darn it, I was busy in the flea market. I didn't pull out my book when my hands were full to verify, or the time gets away from you." So it'd be cool if they just had a general announcement saying sessions number, day session number 2 is starting in the forum rooms, whatever, and then people could be reminded, "Oh, what's up? Okay, that one I was planning to go to." So it would have been cool to do that. So
Speaking of, Ape, you're welcome to join us if you like, buddy.
I did hear that Carlos's jumps were announced on the app.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Oh wow,
at least a couple of them. So
they had a Hamvention app.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
I didn't learn about it until after the fact.
Still got to pull the phone out of your pocket.
Yeah,
I feel I have it somewhere and I've never used it.
That's just as sweaty as the brochure.
I was going to say,
Exactly,
I used it in
yeah.
Orlando.
Oh, I think is it the ARRL events or
It
is
is
that different? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was pretty awesome. Very awesome time there. A lot of memorable moments we can't. I will
Can't
not
talk
say
about.
on screen.
Yeah, we can't talk about on stream.
So Shane, it was really cool to see you in person. It was
Likewise, man.
It was like I felt it was like we caught up last week.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
like,
natural.
It's like a friend that you've known forever, but you hadn't seen in a while, and you happen to just show up because the jokes were nonstop. Like we had a blast when we went to go eat, messing with the waitress. Molson, I'm going to tell this story. So, yes, I am.
Tell us. Shane, I want to hear it. Shane, I want to hear
All right, so on Saturday, the
I'm not going to be invited back.
the wives of the other halves, it was Molson and Hayden and was it Chuck?
Chuck's wife, yeah.
Chuck's wife, yes. They went antique shopping. So she took the vehicle and Daniel rode with me up to Hamvention. So we start rolling in and they've got like these, I want to say they're like college freshmen that are.
It was a local soccer association. It was a local soccer.
They're like
club.
directing traffic and stuff, and so.
I like where this is going.
So we're driving up, and all of a sudden, this guy is waving his batons at us, and he goes like this, and his baton flies out of his hand, and all I hear is the window rolling down, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
My window was down.
The next thing I hear is, "Oh, not used to handling something that big in your hands, eh?" As we drive by, and I was like, "What the?" And I look back, and the guys are rolling, like they're laying on the ground rolling, and I was like, "I can't go anywhere with you. I'm totally gonna get arrested.
They said that's that Canadian guy.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna get arrested. We're gonna get kicked out. So then I was just frantically looking for a parking spot. Yeah, so I whip into this spot, and this guy pulls up next to me. He goes, "You're not handicapped, and you're in a handicapped spot." And I said, "Well, I left my Jazzy at home, so just call me mentally handicapped." And I was not kidding. We shut the
Well, you had
doors
Molson
and
with you.
started walking towards the gate. I was like, "There's no signs. There's just I was at Drake row number 6 or whatever. There's no handicap signs." I'm no. The guy was really cool whenever he got out of his car.
Oh, we started making jokes with him.
Yeah, exactly.
The minute he's like, we get out of the car, we start making jokes with him, and then the guy's laughing, and we're walking together towards the entrance. So it was good. The guy was good. So we had a great time.
I don't think these Utes, as some would put it, I don't think they've been harassed like that. Because as soon as we rounded the corner, I looked in the rear view, and they were just like,
they were laughing their butt off,
okay? Off. And they're like, somebody here with the pulse has a sense of humor?
Can you imagine their YouTube show talking about you guys now? So
these old guys came around and was talking about our whatever. Anyway,
so plenty of great moments. The other thing that's like I said before, but I was shocked by how many people recognize us, Shane. Like, honestly, we're just a small YouTube channel. There's people who are like, I watch a show. I'm not live, but I watch it every week, and so that's really encouraging to have people come up to you. I'm sure you.
There's 110 suckers watching right now.
The show of nothing.
I'm sorry, 116. So thank you, all of you guys, for watching, and all of you say thank you to the folks in Green Chat because they're channel members and they're supporting the channel. We still are going to do a giveaway, I promise.
I was just about to bring that up. We're supposed to do a giveaway.
We're just got to stop going to Hamvention and stuff like that. But there is a Yaesu 710 that's going to be given away at some point that will get taken care of.
Can we pass that around and try it out first? Before we
I kind of
yes, please.
want to go to do a photo with it before I send it to the owner.
I don't want to downgrade from my icon, so you can get me.
Wait, I can't drop this one to drop test it, so I can't see if it's going to withstand the same torture test as the 7300.
Is it waterproof?
gotta hope not.
There's only 58 likes and 116 people watching. Come on, guys,
They can
hit that
remedy
like
that.
button.
Yeah,
I do have to say I got about 5 minutes before I got to bounce out. So you guys, you guys take it away.
Hitting that like button helps recommend this show to friends that may like it as well. So do your friends a favor.
Shooting star, the more you know.
I'm going to open up the doors to if you guys
the show about nothing.
Yeah,
But we talk about
at the
everything.
same-
Joe
So
Brett,
if
you
we have-
haven't spoken a nary a word until now.
I hadn't been in here for an hour. Nobody noticed. So it was a social test.
I know this.
Because you're so dark and mysterious.
Yes.
So I'm going to share the link. If you are a viewer who came to Hamvention, we'd like to have you come on. If you didn't go, we still like you, but we want to hear the people's experience who went.
Yeah.
So I put the link. The link is there. If you went, come on in. We want to talk with you. I'm sure Mike and Kyle are good to stick around for a little bit longer. And
What do I have to
hear your
do?
experience.
Whiskey and tea. I like this is probably my favorite right here. W1TEA. Thanks
Nice.
for becoming a YouTube member. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So, Mike, what time did you and 2.0 roll into Dallas, and then what time did you get back down to wherever you live?
The drive home was actually not bad. It wasn't as bad as driving up. We started packing up the camp maybe noonish. I feel we probably got on the road about 1:30, and we drove until it would be midnight Eastern. But once we got into Central Time, we stopped at a rest stop at about 11 at night Central, and just slept in the camper. Probably left maybe 7:30 in the morning and drove the rest of the way. Got to Jason's house. We got there maybe a little after 3, and then I packed all my crap, moved it from the camper to my car, and I got home at 7.
That's
which is
not bad.
exactly what I kind of was thinking in the morning, like how long it would take. So
Yeah.
it was a long day, but long 2 days of driving, but. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't planning on being home until today, so I'm really glad that I was able to get home early. Satan was really glad that I was there. He was like all lovey-dovey all last night and today, and then he
Hey,
turned
Aaron.
back to himself and started biting me when I was petting him. So the honeymoon
Aaron, North
phase is
Country
over.
Ham, grab that link. Come on the show. We want to hear from you.
Sean, newcomer.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Sean.
becoming a member of the clubhouse. We appreciate
He
it.
is a newcomer.
Yeah.
So my drive to Hamvention, we decided to leave Wednesday night. I was getting, excited to leave. So we left, I think around 9:00 at night, and we had no hotel reservation. We're like, I'm good. Like I stay up most nights. I don't go to bed till like 1, 2 in the morning. And then I'm up at like 6:30. So I'm used to no sleep or little sleep. And so I called my wife during the day. I got to show you the picture. It's the funniest picture. My wife came to my office in the afternoon. And I was like, I started filling out a piece of paper and pencil. I don't know if I showed this to you, Shane. I think I showed it to you. Anyways, I wrote like a quick will. I was like, should anything happen to Pam and myself, everything goes to my sister, is in the care of my sister, including the kids, all finances, money, investments to the benefit of the kids. We signed it, took pictures with our, licenses. And I'm like, that's not good enough. So I have a picture of me and my wife holding it up, and we're both smiling from ear to ear. So if anything ever happened to us on the trip,
What do you
there'd
think?
be this-
You're going to Ohio.
Yeah, but
Driving
can you
12
imagine the
hours through
kids?
America.
I
You guys
want,
conceal
I want the
carry,
Zamboni.
okay?
The kids are
He's
fighting. The
kidding.
kids are fighting for a Zamboni.
He's Canadian.
There's a
But
lot of
so-
there's
so-
a lot of scary black guns here. Yes.
So we got to Rochester, New York at 2:00 in the morning after we had called 911 on a drunk driver. And we followed them around a bit. I'm dead serious. We called 911 because they sent me a text message out there. How was your service?
That's a great thing to do when you're driving drunk is call 911 on
Call somebody else.
The other
Yeah.
way.
I was not. Okay.
That guy. He doesn't.
Anyways,
influence.
we're like, we'll just pull into a hotel and get a room. Like, what's going on in Rochester, New York? We pull into the hotel. I go in, no rooms available. Then I start calling around, no rooms, like nonstop. There's no rooms. Supposedly the PGA Tour was in Rochester area,
Of course.
and so finally, my wife, we're sitting in the parking lot. I'm like, we might have to sleep in the car tonight. And she's like, why don't we go to the Super 8, which was right across the street. So I pull into there, I go in there, like, we have one room left. I was like, great, but he goes, but it's the jacuzzi room. I'm like,
oh yeah.
So it's already timbered up for you.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
It's 2:00 in the morning. I don't care. Just give me the room.
We didn't go to bed till 4.
Exactly.
Did the bed vibrate too?
Road trip.
No. It was a smoke. It was a
Also, were you putting
non-smoking
the quarters
room.
in the bed?
Hey, enough. It was a non-smoker room, and it smelled like somebody just lit a cigarette. And listen, I smoke, but like I cannot stand the smell of indoor smoke. And so you like the Canadians, right? Anyways, so that was our experience the first night, and we pulled into Dayton, I think around 4:30, 4 o'clock on Thursday, 12 hours, and we left Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. I had put a message in the Discord at 8:09 when we were getting in the car, and I pulled into my driveway at 8:06. It was 12 hours on the button. We stopped once to eat and 2 times for gas. So it was a good trip, but we made it home. And you know what? Like, I don't know about you guys. I love traveling, but there's something like going home, right? Like when you go home, it's just like. So when I crossed that border into Canada,
ball, man.
I will say that Canadian cigarettes encourages smoking with children in the car.
Yeah.
So you're saying.
If you read the English side of that, it says secondhand smoke affects all people, including non-smokers.
Start them young.
So, yeah.
So this letter you wrote, did it have at the bottom? If we shall return home after this weekend, null and void.
Well,
yes. Good point, Joe. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you guys in the Discord. I don't know if there's anything.
You
on
guys
there
are not going to get the Zamboni. It's mine.
I've got to say 73 to you guys. I have a 16-hour day tomorrow, so I've got to get ready for bedtime because I start at 4:30 in the morning.
Wait, so do I. So do I.
Well, you're better at it than I am.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get to go take naps, Shane.
I don't. I have to work a 16-hour shift. But I want to say thank you to everybody on this stream that I met and those that I didn't get to meet. I apologize. I tried. But
there's the picture.
Jeez.
But it was fantastic meeting all of you guys. If I didn't meet you, I will be at Huntsville this year, and y'all better come hang out with us at Montesano because that's gonna be a lot of fun. But thanks for all my Clubhouse buddies here. Appreciate that. Hayden, thanks for coming and seeing us. That was fantastic. And I will see you guys next week.
Bye, Shane.
Later.
Bye, Shane.
So we got Hayden back, and we got Aaron, North Country Ham, on the channel now. I'll go to Aaron quickly first. Aaron, talk to us about your experience at Hamvention, man.
I was pretty surprised at it all, being the first time there. Just some of the ones local that I've gone to don't compare one bit. I was kind of blown away by everything. I think Friday I made the minimum 3 trips through every building and the flea market, and still didn't see it all. So we spent the day Saturday walking around too, and then Sunday, instead of going to the Hamfest, we went down to the Voice of America Museum, which that was pretty cool. That was
I saw your pictures, man. That was excellent. That was awesome.
Yeah, they had big full, they got their ham shack with like 5 stations set up in it that people are actually able to go and just use. And then, everything that they had in there they've had the owner of Drake Radio took the first radio off production of every model they ever made, never turned them on. They had every one of them in that museum. They had a whole room with nothing but Drake radios, and they said it was from the owner of Drake. Every year when he was alive, he took the first radio off the line, but never fired it up. They got them all in glass case, so it was pretty cool seeing all that too. Probably spent more than I should have, of course, but haven't caught any heat for that.
What'd you buy, Aaron?
Well, I got I bought the 5D, which I was talking with Molson with there before we were walking around. Bought a Geobron. Then I bought a 6100 and the XP 125 amp to go with it just to try it out. And then another Bio battery, 12 amp hour one. So I got 2 of those now. A couple of signal sticks. A little too much.
What you're saying is your wallet folded up great at the end of the weekend, right?
Yeah.
No problem.
YL didn't give me a hassle, but she's like, I told you buy radios at Hamvention. I'm getting another cat. And my father-in-law was with me. He went through Hamvention with me. He says, I bought all the radios for him.
Oh, that's a great alibi. I like that.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. Of course, meeting a lot of you guys in person was pretty neat to chat with you a little bit. Saw both Molson and Shane at Black Rock that night. So
I think the best comment I heard about meeting someone in person was, or interesting comment was T.O., where he says, "Oh, we don't really look down. Like, it's misleading because we look down on you on the show, right? Because like you're taller than what you look like."
Yeah. So, no,
very good.
No,
it was awesome to see, man.
Yeah.
We had Monday as a holiday here, so I had that to relax. So
yeah, I drove back Monday instead. Went to work today, but had an extra almost 2 hours on the trip because all through Pennsylvania, 90 was shut down on both sides because of a multi-car accident. So I added a couple hours to my trip. I had to go.
It wasn't my fault.
Back.
It
No,
wasn't me.
It wasn't
Wilson
me.
was here.
Yeah, so instead of 8 o'clock
getting
last
out of
night, it was
Dodge.
more 10 o'clock. So
I do move when I drive, but it wasn't my fault. Hayden. Mr. Hayden.
Yes.
How was Chick-fil-A?
Well, no, we sort of skipped Chick-fil-A and went to Chipotle instead.
Chipotle.
Did you try Buddy Guy's Legends restaurant in the South Side?
No, not yet. But we've got to go to that pizza. What's the deep pizza?
Lou Malinati's.
Yeah, that's it. That's just literally across the river. It's not that far away.
Yeah, Lou Malinati's.
Yeah.
I got an FT5 as well. That arrived today to the hotel room from HRO. So,
Nice.
Good.
Hey, I think Hayden won the prize of spending the most money in the shortest amount of time.
I spent a lot of
we
money.
got up on Sunday, and Hayden goes, he had dollars in his eyes. She's like, I got to spend some money. So like literally, we got there at like, I don't know, 9 or something, and by 11. Hayden had spent like so many dollars he couldn't carry all the crap that he had bought.
No, that's why there's a photo of T.O. on Twitter holding a radio of mine.
Yeah, that's why he brought us along, because he's like, here, hold this.
Yeah.
Hayden, I gotta tell you, Hayden, I really enjoyed your video getting Jim his Yaesu mobile radio. I thought that was very good. And I was counting the bleeps. And that was classic. Jim was just letting it loose.
Yeah, Jim's a loose cannon. I tell you, he's some of the words coming out of his mouth would make the toughest sailor blush. We had to really censor him big time. At the FCC, they complained to me about that video. They said you're gonna have to do something about him. So. But there is another video coming that does feature Jim. So not quite to the same level, but he's there. So
excellent.
And I want to say thank you too. I want to say thank you to Kyle, because almost the entire weekend. So Kyle organised the Airbnb. He organised a lot of stuff, but not only that, he gave us the lifts to Hamvention. He walked around with me almost the entire time.
Poor guy.
And
poor guy.
He was the cameraman. We did the live stream together. Fantastic. So you could have done a whole heap of other things, but you hung out with me and showed me all that stuff. So thank you very much, Kyle.
You're welcome. You know, I can come back to, well, you can come back to Hamvention too, but I kept telling, Hayden would turn to me and just like, what do you want to do? I'm just like, it's your weekend. It's your weekend.
Yeah, that was the whole weekend.
It's your weekend. You can do whatever you want, Hayden. And
then when we got to the Air Force Museum, what did you say when we got to the Air Force Museum?
It's your weekend, Hayden.
Yeah.
it's your museum, Hayden. You can do whatever you want. So we went straight to the Aeronautical and the Air Force Museum, or the Air Force planes. Or I'm sorry, the Air Force One.
Yeah. I was walking when I was walking around. I had a few people saying, "So are you going to come back and all this?" And I'm going, this is pretty cool being here. It's pretty cool. So
did it feel weird, like your equilibrium having to be like right side up the whole week?
Well, did you see my live stream with the gimbal? The gimbal kept fighting it. I tell you.
I didn't see the live stream, but I saw you in person fussing with it at camp.
Yeah, it kept playing up.
I'm still catching up on the videos. I'm only about halfway through the gym video, but that was it's already a classic.
Have you got to the scooter part yet?
Someone just said something about it in the chat, so I'm like, I gotta go back and watch that.
Wait till you get to the ski. He got real angry at that guy on the scooter. I felt sorry for the poor bloke on the scooter.
Yeah, he got pissed.
He
was pissed at the beginning of the video.
He gets more pissed.
He does.
So Hayden, myself, and Chuck lucked out pretty good. So on the Thursday night when I showed up to the 4 days in May, we showed up. I met Hayden. Hayden introduced me and my wife to your girlfriend. I don't know if everybody knows her name, but I won't say it. And Hayden. So we all met. And at one point, I guess I walked, because there's so much going on. And I look back and my wife is talking with Chuck's wife and Hayden's girlfriend, right? And they're there and they're just talking and talking. At some point I go back to, just how's it going? And Chuck's wife goes, I'm stealing your wife on Saturday. I'm like, oh yeah? She's like, we're going to go shopping. I said, oh. And then, but she only said my wife. So I said, so are the three of you going? She's like, yeah, the three of us are going. So then I go over to Hayden. I'm like, Hayden, we're good. And he's like, what? I said, they're going shopping Saturday. We're free, right? And so Friday, we fist pump. Friday, all of our wives, they went with us, and we, did our things, individually. But my wife came with me, and then on Saturday, the women got together and had a blast. And it was Chuck's wife's birthday, so they celebrated that, and it was a good time. Good time. So yeah. Good. So
that is one thing that with Hamvention is that if you do go along, it's good to see that if you bring your significant other, that they can get together and do something themselves, because there's plenty of stuff to do, around Dayton and around the area. Yeah. So that's good that can happen. So maybe next year, make sure that all of the significant others go along. Maybe
There's the incident right there.
Go back. Have you got audio?
No, I don't.
Oh boy.
Make it bigger.
Hang on. I can do the audio. Just give me a second.
You got a full screen, Joe Brett.
Yeah,
got it.
Full screen.
That's all right. I'll copyright strike. Clubhouse.
He's in charge, right? I haven't met Steve yet.
500, kind sir.
That's a bit further.
Who does? Anybody?
See,
I mean, we love you and shit, but
I want to say, I know we have them on the webpage. We didn't bring any to the show.
Okay. I got to pause and commentate this so the copyright don't get through. So let's
fast forward.
Jim's feeling right about now.
I think he's getting a little anxious and a little.
He's sweating. But I mean, so are we.
Right.
Because it is hot in here.
It is hot in here.
It is hot. If you ever come to Hamvention, see if you can get breathable underwear. Because
breathable underwear?
No, well, see, that's a mistake.
No underwear.
That's the mistake I made.
Totally commando.
Totally commando. Well, give way. Jim's just negotiating traffic. Where is? I didn't think R&L were in this section. He's found out where R&L is.
Jim just Jim is just negotiating traffic.
That is class. I love that.
We nearly got his foot run over.
I love Jim.
I'd like to hear the uncensored version of that.
Yes.
You can swear on YouTube,
Or the uncensored version of Jim meeting Hayden at the original Airbnb.
Oh, yeah. No, well, actually, the uncensored version of that was actually more him berating Chuck for picking out an Airbnb that was. That's where we got the idea from. T.O.'s like, we filmed it and we were just about to leave the place and with T.O. and T.O.'s like, it's like, you know what you should do? He said, you should censor Jim all weekend. And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. So it was T.O.'s idea to do that. So
That's great.
Jim's crying at home right now.
Hayden released that video, and I think on Friday night he came to the Airbnb, and I go, Jim, I had no idea that you cuss like that. And he go, I didn't know either.
Jim's wife watched it.
Yeah.
She was like, just like at home.
Just like at home.
How many views does that video have? It's up there, isn't it? It's like got 6,000 views already.
I'll have a look.
8.5 thousand is what it's showing.
Wow.
Yeah, 8,500.
5 or 6 are from me.
Yeah. I have received a few complaints. One guy complains saying, this is disgraceful. This shouldn't be. And I'm like, you clearly didn't see that it was a joke, mate. Read the first pinned comment. It was a joke. It was a joke. Let's all have a laugh. Let's all chill and have a bit of a laugh. So
some people take ham radio way too seriously.
Just like what we do here on Clubhouse. This is about having fun and being, you know what I mean, just kind of, you know, it's okay. It'll be all right.
Now I'm waiting for the stats to show up where you can scroll in the bar and see the most replayed. You know how it does that little graph?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's available yet. I'll have a look.
It's not doing
People trying to lip read on Jim, and he's like, what is he saying? So
Oh. Yeah,
hey guys,
it
I
is
just
up.
realized that I don't think Hayden. Guys, well, we need to vote Hayden. Hayden, is this your first time here?
No, I'm
He's already
a
in?
member.
Check. Okay, just want to
It's
make
his
sure.
first time
Just wanna make
here while he's here in the States, but no, he's been.
September 14th to be exact.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
So Hayden, talking about being here, I've kind of been thinking. I think it's just cheaper if you stay at least till after August.
Just
Make it a hell of a lot easier.
Just work remote.
I don't know if I've got 3 months long service leave. So.
Hayden, have you had enough of the States yet? Are you ready to go back?
Someone, who was it before? I think it was Daniel said about going home. There's something about going home that just you just enjoy doing after a while. And we've been here almost 3 weeks, so it's one of those things where it's like, it's been a fantastic holiday. We haven't been able to see everything that we wanted to. We tried to pack everything in, and obviously that was probably a bit of a mistake for being a bit, under the weather and not resting as much as what we should have. But there's going to be a whole heap more to see next time we come. So looking forward to going home. Not looking forward to going home to winter, that's for sure. But
oh yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be it's going to be good to be able to get back. So.
Yeah,
It's been a blast. Been an absolute blast.
Well, listen, I got listen. My daughter is leaving in August, so there's an empty room here at my house. You won't have to stay here in the tent, but if you want to come,
well,
I have a room.
The original idea was to maybe come out towards Connecticut there to have a look at ARRL and a few other places and New York City and that. But we ended up not doing that. But I think it's just also. I was a bit sad to actually leave on because it was all a bit rushed on Sunday because it ends at sort of like 12, and we obviously went to the Air Force Museum and said the goodbyes and stuff, and didn't get to say the goodbyes to everyone, but it was a little bit sad because we had so much fun over the weekend from Wednesday through to Sunday. So I think everyone had a fantastic time, and it's one of those things where you just don't want it to end. So.
It was hard leaving Nicole.
Leaving the what?
Nicole.
Oh.
Who's Nicole?
Yeah, who's that?
You guys didn't go in that tent in the flea market?
Oh.
Oh man.
No, Kyle and I were at the ARDC booth.
I thought when
do we have a picture?
On Sunday,
do we have a picture?
No, we saw the picture of it.
On Sunday, Hayden, when you and T.O. and everybody were kind of walking this way, and me and N8YO were walking, and we met up and kind of said goodbye to everyone. I thought you guys were coming out of that.
That tent.
Tent.
Oh, I know what tent you're talking about. Yes.
Okay. We know the tent. Yeah.
You had to be there.
I will be going back to that next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know what you guys are talking about.
You weren't even there.
So
no. I saw a picture. I saw a picture before. Oh, no, I'm not going to say anything else.
All right.
There may be a video.
It may have been a wet T-shirt.
Yeah, probably.
No, there was. Yeah, that was good.
On that note, moving on.
Well,
So we're
So how
coming
about
to the end of the
propagation?
show here. We're coming to the end of the show here, so we're gonna go around the room. Last little comments and notes. We'll start at the bottom, and we'll go to Aaron first. Aaron, speak your mind, brother. Cleanly.
It's going to be quick. There ain't much there. So, just a great time with everybody, and hope to do it again.
Awesome.
Coming to Huntsville.
See if I can get time off.
Hayden?
Just thanks everyone for being so hospitable and friendly, and we had an absolute fantastic time. Everyone was great. Yeah, just hope to do it again. Hope to do it again soon.
Next year.
Awesome. You got to make it to Canada next time. So
yeah.
Mike.
Yo. It was a great time as usual. The best thing about it was, looking back at 2019, where all of us YouTubers went to Hamvention for the first time. It was me, Jason, Frank, Josh, Eric, Ham Radio Concepts, maybe one or two other people. That was kind of it. Last year, I think there was a couple more, but this year, so many of us who have become creators and have become friends through ham radio. We're all, look at that picture from the Airbnb there's like 20 some odd of us that are in that picture. And it's great to know all of you, except for you, Izzo, because you didn't come. So screw you.
Wow.
We gave him fair warning, and he didn't take it off, so it's his fault. But just being able to meet everybody and hang out with like-minded individuals and just share a common passion that is radio, and then meeting everybody else is really the I don't need anything. It's about the camaraderie. It's about the experience. So it's always a privilege to go. Hamvention is the biggest ham radio festival in the world. Everybody comes out. Hamcation's great. Huntsville is great, but this is the Mecca. And the only thing I didn't get to meet Michael KB9 VBR. He was there, and I didn't see him. I was looking all over for him. But maybe next year. So
can I tell you a story?
Oh,
so I'm in the icon. I'm in the icon booth. Hold on, Michael KB9 VBR comes around the corner. There's like a pillar there. He comes around the corner, and I see Mike, and Shane's beside me. He goes, "Oh, hey Mike," and I go to shake Mike's hand. I shake it. I said, "I like you, but I want to shake your wife's hand, right?" And and then Dave Minster comes up, and I didn't get to finish saying that I see her in the videos, and it's cool that she's always with him, supportive. She's always on the camping trips, and there's not enough acknowledgement to our, my wife puts up with it. Hayden came, like our significant others put up with our hobby, right? If they're not involved. And so I wanted to give her acknowledgement, but because Dave Minster came along, I was sidetracked. I didn't get to finish, so I just looked like a creep. He was like, "I want to meet your wife," right? So, Mike, if you ever see this clip, tell your wife that we recognize the effort she puts into all your videos, and she's awesome. So she deserves.
And that Molson still is a creep.
Thanks, Hayden. Kyle,
I don't know if I can sum it up any better than what Mike did. It's about hanging out with cool people and meeting new people, and I love Hamvention. It's great. Having Hayden here was extra special, and I'm glad that he came over. I'm glad that I hope that he comes over again. Maybe not next year, but maybe in a couple years. And It's great. I love the camaraderie. I go for the people, not the vendors or the flea market. I go for the people.
Izzo, I'll throw it up to you, man. Final thoughts for the night.
Hey, listen, this is I gotta shout out a prop to my two kids. That was one of the reasons why I was unable to attend. But we've always said work and family first. Family this weekend, my son had his underclassmen awards. Very, very proud of Matthew. Did some incredible stuff. Him and some other of his classmates. My daughter had her senior awards, and she was honored. So it was a special award for her and some other things. And Maggie and Matthew, I am very, very proud of you guys. And along with all of our Ham family here, you guys have always spoke very highly of my kids. So just want to say thank you. And it doesn't take away what has happened, because guys like me and Steve and Joe who were unable to attend, we just loved what all you guys were able to do for us who could not attend. Between the live stuff, the stuff that unfortunately I missed last night's TO show. I'm going to go watch that on Team Replay tomorrow night. Again, we were at the Senior Awards banquet for my daughter. But again, guys, thank you very, very much for opening up everything for us who could not be there. You made us feel like we were there. You guys do an incredible job of your video shots, just being you and just showing what's going on over there. So thank you. We really appreciate it. So, but Maggie and Matthew, love you guys.
Steve? So now that those things happened, it's safe to say those are not going to happen next year, correct? So you can just put in your time off request now.
It's next year will be a lot easier. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to jinx anything, Mike. I don't want. Just put Mike, I don't want to jinx. We don't work that way at my place, but I don't want to jinx anything. I'd rather just be able to see. Let's just get through this year. I can't go to Huntsville because that weekend I'm bringing my daughter up to school. We're throwing her out of the house, and we're going to say, go to college, kid, and get yourself an education. So, but that's okay, though, because I'm going to be watching you guys. I will be watching you guys and supporting you here from home, as always. So.
Steve.
Yeah, so the wife told me on Thursday that I should have gone because I started watching some of the videos that were coming out early. And I was like, don't tempt me. It's only a 10-hour car ride. I'll figure out where to stay.
Dude, you've been married long enough that wasn't a happy you should have went. That was if you're not going to be present here, you might as well have been there.
That's a hall pass, man. You got a hall pass right there.
So then I get to work on Friday, and my boss can tell something's off, and he's like, what's the matter? I was like, I just got a bunch of buddies up in Dayton right now at some big ham convention. He's like, why didn't you take the time off?
I'm here, take the company jet. Go.
Exactly.
It is what it
Give me a
is,
credit
but-
card. The company credit card.
So, the things were good. I actually got a lot of video recorded. Unfortunately, I'm having issues with DaVinci right now, fighting with my video card. So I have to get that done. I will say, those of you in ham radio, stay away from Champion generators. They are noisy as all get out. If you're going to go inverter, go Honda. It's worth the extra money. Lessons learned for the trailer.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all.
But if you're watching Honda,
Honda, if you're watching,
we can do amazing
things. A couple of 2200s.
Love my Hondas. I love my Hondas. Absolutely.
This weekend I will be in DC. Like I said, I'm going to try to get out to Apota Friday. I will definitely at least live stream from the Pentagon parking lot. If I can live stream the entire route, I will. I'll probably get a copyright strike from the music playing off the bike, but it's worth it.
Joe Brett.
So.
Man, I just want to say I had a great time at Hamvention this weekend from my living room. As many of you have said on the screen and those in the chat, a lot of folks felt like they were kind of part of it from the great videos that y'all were putting out. Go ahead.
You had a lazy boy vention.
Yes, exactly. But it was funny because I'm sitting there watching. I put it on the living room TV, and I'm sitting there, and the wife's in the chair next to me, and she's on her phone. And she just stops and she goes, "So we need to go to that one next." I said, "Yeah, we need to start putting that in our calendar." So,
Joe Brett, let me offer another service to you really quick.
Okay.
The next time you're gonna miss a ham festival, you're watching it vicariously through all of our videos, but mail me your credit card so your bank account can get the same experience, and I'll be happy to put it through the ringers.
That's great.
I would do that for you.
Full service experience.
Yep.
One for you, two for me, one for you.
That's what I kind of felt like before coming out to Hamvention, because I had to watch it on my living room TV. I had to watch it from a distance, and I remember last year, this time, seeing everyone posting what was happening and all that sort of thing, and I was like, I feel really. I want to be there. I want to be there. So I was like, I need to make it next year, and that's what happened. So if you're in that same situation watching and you've seen us at Hamvention, what you've seen is exactly what it was like. We had the best time. If you can get a bunch of buddies to go next year, or just come hang out with us, we don't mind. We'll take you around, and have a good time with you. If you didn't make it this year, then book in next year, and we'll see you all. Well, they'll see you all next year. They'll see you all next year.
You're going to be living vicariously again next year?
Yeah.
Sure.
I imagine this is an expensive trip for you, so I don't think you could probably do it.
I was actually talking to T.O. on the drive back, and he said you should do a video and just tell people how much it actually costs. And I actually felt a little bit bad about doing that, because I was like, well, sharing your expenses and everything. But then, it is one of those things. A lot of people asked me how much it costs, because there's a lot of VKs I know who want to come over.
Yeah.
So I think we should try and get them to come over and find the best way for them to come over. We spent a little bit more money because we did the touristy thing as well. But perhaps that might be a video coming up.
Well, you're here for, you said 3 weeks. I mean, you could come out for 5 days,
Yeah, it's like you're traveling such a long way, and it's like you want to make the most of it. So
yeah,
if you're coming it out for, I would recommend a minimum of 3 weeks. But that's if you don't have the money and you just want to go to Hamvention from Australia, fly to Chicago, get down to Dayton, do the weekend, and then go back, and you can. It won't cost you as much, but yeah.
Well, guys, I think what's amazing after all this, after we talk about what we bought, we barely talked about what we bought. But the biggest impact that we had was meeting people, meeting each other. And this hobby creates a community. It provides the opportunity for people from different regions of the world, different backgrounds, race, creed, everything, to have a common interest in one thing, and that's ham radio. And I think that this weekend was evident that it united people no matter where they are in the spectrum. And that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing testament to what this hobby can do. And much like this show, it brings a lot of people together, and I will be grateful for that. I will be grateful for the opportunity I had to meet you guys, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be at Huntsville in August. But for now, let's say 73 all, and everybody have a great week. 73.
73.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Jim, you're bleeping late, dude.
Man, we talked so much ham radio for this show. What are we going to do next week?